first remarks I want to do that it's very useful, this post-communistic cooperation. I think that we have completely different problems than the West countries have, so I really appreciate that the representatives from different post-communistic countries, and it's very useful because we have similar problems, similar values, similar thinking, similar really values of family, etc., etc. So in Slovakia, we have about 5 million inhabitants, about 1,025,707 children, according to statistics. In Slovakia, we have around 15,000 children in alternative care. We really have done a very similar change of the alternative care system. Most now they are a family system. Every fifth child, according to our statistics, have some problem. 80% of kids are normal, healthy, etc., but 20% are really starting to have serious problems in a lot of things. What are the really best interests of child is the sentence we are dealing very much. Sometimes we even don't know what is the best interest of child, so we established a special commission for it with the law faculty in the Comenius University to judge by the experts, etc., because this is a crucial point. And I saw many, I express not very politely, but I saw so many stupidities to say in the best interest of child, so it's very important to have really some common sense in this explanation. What is also in Slovakia is a very big problem because according to our research, children have the biggest fear from separation of family or the collapse of family than from the death. So it's 50% for them is the main or biggest fear that my family will collapse. So this is the main important things. Children would like to keep their families, then don't want that the family will collapsing. So in Slovakia we have problems with divorce system. At least every second marriage in Slovakia is divorcing. It's approximately like other countries. But on the other hand, it's interesting that 75% of our kids live with father and mother. It shows that the divorce is very often or are without children or are multiply. It means the second divorce, third divorce, fourth divorce, etc., etc. So 75% of kids live with the parents, with their own parents. So it's positive. But the most such a not awful, but most terrible part of our work in the office of our commissioner office is the divorces. Very serious cases and very awful cases. When you can't say that the parents are behaving like animals because animal is never doing it for the child. If you see that how they're destroying children, etc., etc. So the second problem we are very much dealing in Slovakia, like I've heard in other countries, is release child from the family. When the family is collapsing and go to the alternative care. There are a lot of discussion. Here is Dr. Medvedska, here is chief of such a special commission also for the change of laws because a lot of removal from families because of economical reasons. So it's really, I think it's your countries as well, lack of housing, lack of money, etc. And this is against the convention, against the international court, against the Slovak law. So this is a very big challenge to these family services. This is very important things. There's our special problems are, we are very emphasizing and speaking about the family group conferencing, where Slovakia is spreading these wide family conferences. There are very good results about it. What is the problem in Slovakia with minorities? We have very big challenge as are Roma children. Nobody knows in Slovakia how many of them they are, because we have very bad statistics, so they are growing, and there are some districts where there are more Gypsy or there are Roma population than Slovak population. They're really growing, and the conditions under which the children are living is terrible. So we are very much asking for especially multi-sectoral cooperation. We are quite successful in this. There are more and more commission between the 4 ministers, 5 ministries, so they are cooperating together. The last day we start new commission about the new protection for children about in the online space. So this multi-sectoral cooperation, we think is very, very important, because also in Slovakia, I think in your country as well, the politicians are, everybody has their own sound, and they don't want to that what is going on the other sound, etc., etc. Ukrainian children, we have around 40,000 Ukrainian children. They are somehow going to join the society. The biggest problems are the guardianship of the children between the 14 or 15 and 18. So because these children are coming, maybe in your country as well, through some agencies, because these kids are doing everything to go out from Ukraine because of the war. They will die in the war. So they are using some very strange agencies. We have in Slovakia at least 1,500 kids who are absolutely with no guardian guardianship. So this is a big problem, but healthcare and very practical problems. So we are also multi-sectoral cooperation in this field to establish some guardianship to these kids, because I'm sure for in our country as well, because there are special agencies who are really moving the 16, 17, 18, before 18, the kids from Ukraine to other countries, and they're coming there at the end of, they're starting to have serious problems. Then we have the mental health problem is like everywhere. We are very happy that our Minister of Health, according also to our press, established such a multi-sectoral group for the solving this problem, especially new kind of specialization, new kind of hospitalization, etc., because the situation is terrible, because we have 48 children psychiatrists for all the Slovakia. For every seventh school, for 7 schools is only 1 psychologist, so the situation of specialists is very bad. This situation maybe is your country similar. Less and less adults want to join with children. They want to do with the ultrasonography, non-personal contact, even the doctors. So the less and less adults want to deal with the children. This is a situation. This is also the addiction. We are very much working on addiction, this LLM, this how it is, HCG, THC, etc. These new moleculars of especially marijuana, because they are these chemists that are doing the new derivation, and they are going like that through the laws. So we are doing strict law and doing very active in this thing, especially and the addiction of this cellular mobile phones. You know, this is the biggest danger is in Slovakia. More and more children, when you ask them who is your best friend, they say ChatGPT is my best friend, because he is always speaking very nicely about me. Now the girls are doing, for example, they are liking some boys, so they are recording his voice, giving to the ChatGPT, and this voice is wakening them up. How you are beautiful, how you look very well, etc. But this is a trap, and after this trap, they are suiciding. They are self-harming. In Slovakia, especially age of 15 to 17 they're very much growing. In the world, every 40 second is, according to World Health Association, every 40 second is suiciding. So it's 800,000 suicide per year is in the world, so it's a terrible situation. And especially in some kind of social networks, the experts are telling that especially Burial, the other networks, they are very close networks, and they are really the ideas how to do the suiciding. So, and the last remarks I want to say is that this cooperation is very important. And yesterday, last maybe weeks, I read the numbers from Germany of the violence, of the sexual abuse, etc., etc. Shock for everybody, because Germany have a perfect legal system, perfect, not very good for protection. But despite of this very good system, the number is going higher and higher and higher everywhere in the world. I don't know the country which the numbers are going down, which really the legal system is really protecting the children. So we see that we should also to look for some other ways, not only legal system, especially working with the parents, working with this micro world of the children. So we see that legal system is important, but much more important is concrete work with the parents, teachers, etc., to teach them the first aid within the spiritual, mental problems, etc., etc. So we see that we have to also look for the other ways, and especially helping the families, because if we will not have functional, normal families, then the children will have a very difficult time. So thank you very much, and I give the floor to Marty. Thank you, and looking forward for this cooperation for the future.